Hello Blizzard fans, this is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Neo and ThorIsHere on Echo the Ladder Edition. This is one of two replays submitted by Mateo, one of my subscribers. He says there are a couple SC2 replays if you want to cast them. I really enjoy your YouTube channel. So thank you so much for your support, Mateo. I have no idea who he is in this replay, so let's find out who we're going to root for. In the bottom right of Echo the Ladder Edition, we have the red Terran player. It is our friend Neo from Shoot. And looks like the Illusion Cross. So Hydralisk, and what else is here? Other stuff. Either way, kind of cool. In the top left, we have the blue Terran player, possibly our friend as well. It is ThorIsHere with the salmon logo. I think it's a salmon. I can't really tell fish, but the pink belly I think means it's a salmon. Either way, Terran versus Terran, heart of the swarm action here. Thank you so much for joining me today. While we get started, I just want to go ahead and plug my social networking sites. I am /FalconPaladin on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. I do try to post funny stuff and interesting stuff applicable to Blizzard games on the social networking sites, not just my replays. So, you know, some people I follow on YouTube, and I also tried following them on Twitter, but it was like all they posted were their videos, and I knew that they had videos because, duh, I was following them on YouTube. So I try to post funny things, funny GIFs, funny gaming things like Grand Theft Auto and things like that on Twitch and Facebook, or on Twitter and Facebook. So check me out again, twitter.com/FalconPaladin and facebook.com/FalconPaladin for that really, really fun stuff. Either way, it looks like both players pretty much doing the same thing, getting that early expand, getting a bunker out, and making a couple Marines for defense. ThorIsHere saying, man, I bleeped up so hard, not feeling good about his build whatsoever. Engineering Bay popping up, though. An interesting place for it. I guess to block off things. Anyway, what did he mess up with is my question. He's getting a barracks, he's got a reactor, he's getting a command center. Interesting stuff all the way around. And yeah, I don't know. Either way, I'm going to slow the game down just a little bit because things are actually kind of happening here. Want to slow it down. 3 workers on each of the gas for the Terran player. Going to go ahead and get some gas-heavy compositions. I have to assume not going to be Hellions, maybe Thor's, because ThorIsHere. Factory coming up, though. Again, look how much slower the early game is in Heart of the Swarm. I mean, just the 5-minute mark. Both players just now kind of expanding, just now making their tech choices. Legacy of the Void is so much faster. Either way, patrolling back and forth are these workers that I think they're looking for, or these Marines, they might be looking for a hop-up from a Reaper, but that is not what is coming out at all. 2 factories, Starport coming down. We are making Hellions. Okay, so early Hellions coming on out. Thor says Raven. I don't know why. Is it giving his opponent a clue as to what's going on? Who knows? Either way, Starport popping on up. Are we going to get a Tech Lab? We're going to swap a Roo. No, early a Viking. And Planetary Fortress actually coming down here at the natural, while it looks like ThorIsHere went for the Orbital Command. So we're going to slow things down because Hellions are fast. Let's follow these guys. Here we go. Across the map we go. Using the follow function a little more often. Somebody suggested I do that, and I think it's a good idea. Checking for a third. Is there a third to the Hellions? And no, there is not. Do we want to check for the second and see how established that is the question. It can be dangerous to get in there. It did. Okay, so did Neo try to sneak an extra expansion somewhere else? No. Alright. Alright, said the Hellions. Well, what can we find? Back at home, it's tanks actually coming out for Neo. And ThorIsHere making a missile turret and not much else, according to the production tab. No Thors. Very disappointed about that. No Ravens either. Who said Raven? I don't know. Hellions all over the map. Map control fully established here by ThorIsHere. Has a Viking patrolling all over the place looking for stuff to kill. Meanwhile, back at home, Neo is making Marines. That's good. Here comes the siege tank. I'd like to see a push from one of these players at the 9-minute mark. Good grief indeed. Yes, there is the Thor. ThorIsHere. For ThorIsHere. It makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah, Salmon. SLMN from Clan Salmon. The things you learn when you actually pay attention. Either way, making more and more factories. Going to be mech play. Mech play is the answer from ThorIsHere. Meanwhile, it looks like more Marine tank from our friend Neo. Interesting. Alright, so basically I learned from Brownling a few weeks ago that in Heart of the Swarm, Terran versus Terran can come down to mech versus bio. And so if it's bio tank, You actually need to be on more bases than your Terran opponent, because you can do that because you're more mobile, but you also need to do that because mech is more cost effective. So it kind of just depends on how many bases ThorIsHere is able to take comfortably and whether Neo can actually out macro him with these more bases. Not actually interested in taking a third base at this point. Getting so much gas, so many, yeah, basically both of the Vespene geysers are fully saturated with 3 workers per on both of the bases. A lot of gas coming in right now for both players, 400, 500 gas per minute, which is ginormous. And are these all Thors? Okay, these are all tech labs, so they could be all Thors, although this is actually a reactor. Let's see what happens. Make a Thor. Do something. Not enough minerals to make a Thor. Oh no, mineral blocked. Take another base. Make more SCVs. Making SCVs here, that's good, but rallying them up here. No. Transfer. Mine this instead. Get mules out. Do what you can. Actually doing a really good job with the mules. The energy on these orbital commands are pretty darn low, I have to admit. Do I need to speed up? Are you guys going to sit in your base and max out and then go attack? This reminds me of like no rush until 20 games you used to see on the ladder in Brood War. Back in the day in college, I played a lot of Brood War. And the no rush 20s were actually kind of fun because you kind of sat back and got a huge army and then went rah and attacked, and then you lost or you won, and that was it. So really fun for noobs who weren't really good in the early game but really knew how that macro worked to get into the late game. So fun stuff, good memories from back in the day. Hellions scouting around again, full map control for ThorIsHere. Just nothing Neo is going to try to do to deal with this map control. I don't know what league both these players are in, but I have to assume it's going to be, I don't know, probably gold or platinum, perhaps. Maybe Mateo can let us know in the comments below when he actually watches this replay cast. Either way, Thors are here, actually getting the Corvid reactor upgrade for Ravens. Increases the starting energy of the Raven by 25%, making more and more barracks. It's going to be a lot of Ravens, a lot of Thors, which I guess is good. I mean, Ravens can't do much against Marines or tanks, really. Another command center coming on up, going to try to take this base over here. Okay, whole bunch of Ravens for Neo. So is it, yeah. So a lot of Ravens coming in from Neo, which is an interesting choice. I actually thought it was ThorIsHere that was doing the Ravens. I was confused for a second. Actually, nope, he's just making a ton of tanks. He is going fully onto that mech play now. You're getting upgrades? Yes, +1/+1 there. Or actually just +1. No +1 on the shields quite yet, but it is on its way just barely. Tanks coming up, missile turrets coming up, workers being made. Who's up? 47 to 50 harvesters right now with a 14-minute mark. Macro could improve, I have to imagine, as I take a drink, but really it's not too big of a deal at this point. Here come some Hellions. Try to do some damage, Hellions. I bet you could. You could come up here and kill all of these Marines. The tank is a bit of a problem, I have to admit. Probably would make me wary as well, but oh, the Ravens have mischief on their minds. They're heading on up to the main of ThorIsHere, and what are they going to do? Point defense drones, auto turrets. By themselves, probably auto turrets and Hunter-Seeker missiles, but Hunter-Seekers aren't great against mech just because there are so many hit points on those tanks and those Thors. So here we go, actually choosing a time to move in at the same time that ThorIsHere is moving out. So bad timing for ThorIsHere. So many missile turrets though. Point defense drones, keeping them alive and dropping auto turrets and getting the heck out of there. I like that strategy. That's pretty good. Didn't lose a single one of those Thors, but here come the Vikings. Gonna throw, snipes down one immediately. Hunter-Seeker going in, good job moving away the targeted Viking so it doesn't actually die. Another Raven dying, one more dying. Is there another one left? Don't fly over those auto turrets, you're gonna die, Vikings. Go around the other way. Go around the other way. Oh, does manage to get it anyway, though. The Vikings cleaning up every single one of those auto turrets. Yeah, just, you know what, don't try to clean them up because look how fast they burn you down. Oof, that Hellion dies. Are they considered light, though? I don't think they are. They're not light, but they can get killed by Thors fairly easily. No big deal. Rebuilding those missile turrets is very important as more Ravens are coming out. Is this a mass Raven strategy from Neo? I've seen this against Zerg players. I had it go against me once. I actually managed to deal with it by making a whole ton of Ultralisks and Lings and just kind of smashing the Terran player. Ravens don't do very well in that particular situation, it turns out. Doing a little barrel roll, always very fun to see. We're going to move up with these guys and see what happens. More auto turrets coming down, but there is a single missile turret that actually kills two of them. The other one dies as well. throwing auto turrets down instead of point defense drones, and I mean it kills the missile turrets, I guess, which is nice. But tanks coming in to clean up the rest of the auto turrets. Missile turret will survive, and maybe it's gonna burn down actually, down to 1 hit point, and there it explodes. All right, ThorIsHere says that is enough of that shenanigery. Anyway, enough shenanigans. We're going to move across here with the Thors, with the tanks. We do have no +1/+1. No more upgrades coming out, but I'm very serious about this. And here we go, repairing this Hellion. Are you actually repairing it? No, you're not. You're just kind of hanging out. That's cool. SCVs can be lazy, I suppose. Third base, pretty well established for Neo now. 2 planetary fortresses at this third base. He wants this protected. Holy cow. Lots of turrets, too. But unfortunately, you know what's good against this? Tanks. Tanks can take this down from range, can take down the missile turrets from range as well. Oh, Marines, I don't like this at all. Actually, Marine against Thor is probably pretty good. Focusing them down one by one, but there's just too much here. Again, Marines are good in composition against Thors, but they pretty much got out macroed. There were so many more micros. Neo said, come on. Is he like taunting ThorIsHere? Is that what's going on here? I don't know. Move on up. Gonna siege probably in range of this third base. Don't go up the ramp. Okay, good. Scans, seize the planetary, siege up the tanks. Perfect. And get something over here that can actually spot the planetary, except for scans, because that'll wear it down. Yes, and it wore up. Okay, moves up the ramp. The Thors are here. They are getting attacked by the planetary, getting repaired by these SCVs, but the DPS from the Thors and the tanks is too much, and it explodes. Here come the Ravens, though. Hunter Seekers on all of these Thors. Is it enough? 1, 2, 3, killing 4 of the Thors. Massive damage. And one Thor can't take a planetary that is being repaired by this many SCVs. The tanks need to move up, but they're a little worried to do that. There are so many Ravens here for Neo. Holy shamoli. Another Hunter Seeker. Can one kill it? Close. Not quite. A second one. Oh, actually did expire. If you move out of range of the Hunter Seeker, it actually falls to the ground impotently. Tanks going to town on this planetary fortress, but I think only 4 of them are firing. Trying to kill workers, which is really good. Dropping down auto turrets all over the place here. Are these Ravens going to be able to clean up these tanks? Get out of there, tanks. Run away. See, Hunter Seeker is targeted, but it gets out of range, and then the Hunter Seeker falls to the ground harmlessly. So it is a good spell, but not fantastic, because most of the things you use it against are faster than a Hunter Seeker missile. So if the player that you're using it against is paying attention, they will actually be able to escape and not take any damage from the Hunter Seeker at all. Mass Raven for Neo. Who knew? Who knew this was a thing? I mean, we have a few Marines here and like a tank, but that's about it. It is Ravens all day for this guy. Moving back to base are these Thors and these siege tanks. Possibly worried about this Raven harassment. 3 bases are up. Not much actually happened. Okay, more SCVs coming over, more happening here for the economy for ThorIsHere. 58 to 54 harvesters. It is 3,700 minerals in the bank for ThorIsHere and 144 supply. He could be using those minerals for a whole ton of Marines or Hellions or Hellbats. Might be actually good here. Trying to decide how to deal with these Ravens, though. Point defense drones on point, but I can actually handle the number of missile turrets that are here. Unfortunately, missile turrets cannot hit auto turrets. And Vikings going to try to chase these guys down. Good micro, moving that Viking back. Sniping down. Vikings are faster than Ravens. So this guy's guy is going to chase them. And as I say that, he actually turns around and goes home. So never mind. No big deal. Ooh, going to catch this. Oh, this Raven is on patrol, or actually on rally, and unfortunately does die without doing much of anything. Sorry, Raven. You are dead. ThorIsHere, +2. Okay, +2 attack now. +1 armor. That's pretty darn good. 3 bases for both these players, pretty much mined out in the mains of both, I'd have to say. Yeah, 1 mineral patch there, and like 4 here, but there's not much in total here whatsoever for those minerals. Yep, Ravens are rallied here. They should probably be rallied over here with the rest of their friends, but that's okay. Another push from a ton of Thor's tanks, and okay, Vikings now. Vikings are the answer to this mass Raven, I think is what ThorIsHere is thinking. 4th base coming down for Neo. Feeling pretty confident this is going to work. A bunch of Marines moving out. If these tanks siege up, these Marines are going to die. No, but the tanks don't siege up. Sniping down 1, and a second tank is going to die as well. Yes, gets focused down. Tanks in the back siege up, though, and that is it. Boom. Marines get cleaned up immediately. Don't even take down one of those Thors, unfortunately. We are chasing... Yep, the Vikings are in Raven hunting parties. Doing what they can. They can outrun the Hunter Seeker missile, which is really good for them. Are we going to push? Is Thor worried about that Marine attack? Doesn't feel comfortable doing this. Can we actually snipe down this 4th base? That would be pretty good. Neo again saying, come on. I think this is taunting. I think he's basically saying, come on. You think you can kill me? No. Oh, get out of there. Viking run. Both of the Vikings die. Sieging up, though, is pretty darn fancy. These 2 Vikings are more Vikings coming. They are definitely still alive. Hunter Seeker takes down a single tank. Another tank is left. Tank cannot see. There we go. A scan comes up. Is going to kill a bunch of these Marines. Get another one. No, a lot of turrets come down to finish the job. Kind of dancing back and forth with these Thors. ThorIsHere is not quite sure what he wants to do. I think he can pretty much come up here and handle this as best. Oh, a lot of Ravens dying. That's splash damage from air, doing an excellent job killing those Ravens. What is that actually called when they attack the air? It is Javelin Missile Launchers. Does that splash damage to air units. The 4th base has been locked down by ThorIsHere. He has a pretty good army composition. It's 168 to 86 supply. He has a lot of Vikings coming out of 4th base being established of his own. Thor's running around from the army. I don't know why. Javelin missiles being used. Vikings coming in to snipe down this command center as well. That command center is going to fall. Can it land is the question. That might keep it alive for like 2 seconds. No, it's not going to make it. One more volley, boom, and it dies. The SCVs actually, okay. I learned something new. If a command center is carrying SCVs as it's flying and the command center dies, it does not actually kill the SCVs inside. Even though it looks like the command center falls and explodes right on top of them, they don't die. So that's kind of fun. A little unrealistic, I think, but that is okay. I think Carbot should actually use that in one of his animations. Maybe I will tag him in a tweet later and see what he has to say about it. So trying to build a command center here, that is not going to happen. The Vikings might actually land to just prevent this. But nope, the Thors are here. Thors are here. And immediately forces a cancel on that 4th base. The sneaky 4th base that was tried to be taken by Neo, unfortunately, did not work out. Neo again says, come on. Is that actually more of a complaint? I mean, I guess it could be a taunt. It could be like some salt. Like, come on, how am I supposed to deal with all these Thors? I don't know. I can't read Neo's mind. But either way, more and more Vikings. He is sticking. I'm sorry, Ravens. He is sticking to that composition no matter what. Vikings coming on in. Thor's popping on in as well. And what are we going to do here is the question. And the base over here being fully established for Thor. Getting that +3 upgrade for that is so good for these Thors for mech. +3 upgrade, fantastic. Another Thor coming out. Okay, good splash damage on all those Ravens. Again, Hunter Seekers coming out, but I don't think it matters too much. Are they gonna kill? They kill a couple of the Thors. They do die, but the rest of them are injured but not dead, which is nice. Moving on up again, killing these missile turrets is huge. This tank on the high ground actually might, gets 4 kills there. Might be able to kill these Thors at the front lines. The Planetary Fortress sure doing a good job of it. It has 2 kills as well. We need tanks to deal with this. Actually, it doesn't matter. Planetary goes down. Another attack here. What was that? Marines? Yeah, Marines came up, tried to kill the space, but the Planetary was enough to hold them off. War Hunter Seekers coming on in on these Thors. They're too slow to run away, and one of them does fall. Another one falls as well. Is this enough DPS to take down this Planetary Fortress? No. It looks like it is not. Not with a full surround from these SCVs. Okay. Attacking all at once. Doing a good job there with those Thors. Making sure that is the case. Killing these workers. Only single targeting, though. If there was splash, more of them would die. This base is up for Neo. Feeling pretty okay, I guess. Oh, no. Getting scouted. Yep. This is Thor knows exactly where that base is. Going to head on over. Going to try to kill it. Vikings not doing much. Are there any more Ravens on the field? 7 Ravens left for Neo. I shouldn't have wondered. How many? Hunter Seeker missile, bam. And actually explode. It died. Okay. Learn something else. If the target of a Hunter Seeker dies before the Hunter Seeker hits it, it still hits the ground anyway and explodes. So that is pretty cool. Another attack from Marines going to force this 5th base to lift off and run away for this ThorIsHere. Get out of there. Mech army as well managed to take down this base. Pretty much containing Neo at this point, I think, is what we're doing. Siege up, tank. Ooh, not that close. Siege up, tank. Bring the Vikings over. Get range or get sight onto the high ground. Marines, nope, this is not a good fight for you, my friends, and they all die in fiery and bloody deaths. Marines here are going to actually prevent the landing of this command center. Neo calls the GG. And does he actually leave the game? Sometimes players do that where they call the GG, but they don't actually leave, and it's kind of weird. KGG. I'm gonna see what I can do. ThorIsHere says GG. Is it enough? Is the question to actually end the game. Because there's no mining happening whatsoever for Neo. He has 70 minerals, 87 Vespine gas. And how many ravens again? Oh, now 9 ravens. That's pretty darn good. I think when this raven ball dies, he's going to leave. Let's see what happens. Follow. There we go. And no, actually trying to take a third base. Look, man, Neo, you can't call GG and then reestablish your third. That is just ridiculous, especially since the ravens are out of position. Missile turret is here. Not enough, though, but no point defense drone killing a single raven. Are we getting another one? No. Doesn't manage to kill another one. Auto turret's doing a lot of damage, killing a tank as well. A lot of workers dying at the same time. This command center needs to morph into a planetary now. It's going to. It'll be just fine. Meanwhile, pushing up with these Thors, going to try to kill this base, all these workers at the same time. Ravens throwing down Hunter Seekers on these workers. Okay, that was actually pretty darn effective. Did that get all the workers that were repairing? Yes. Yes, it did. That is amazing. 45 lost SCVs for ThorIsHere. 61 lost for Neo. And auto turrets still alive. Planetary Fortress going to town, though. 4 kills now. Gonna whittle that one down as well. Auto turrets do not stand a chance. Being chased. Oh, so many, and that's it. Neo leaves the game after calling GG like 5 minutes ago, and ThorIsHere is victorious. I'm still not sure who Mateo is in this replay. If you're watching this, Mateo, let us know so we can either congratulate you or console you. That's the word. And either way, this has been, FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.